Hey Bulls, what's going on? Good afternoon. Sunday, 3rd of April. April already. Who would have thought? Um, it is the Sherpa here, Sherpa baby, ready for some trades. This is a super tradable market. This is an easy as hell market to trade. In the future, we'll be looking back on these days as what we wanted. So stick with me. I'm going to get straight to the trades. Remember, my website is everbullish.com. The real most successful thing we've been doing here is the sherpa.substack.com. That's where I teach you how to trade, put out articles, and put out trades for the week. And we've been crushing it. A lot of my bulls know that. So I'm going to share the screen to my Substack. Feel free to subscribe. Love it if you did. And let's see what we got here. All right, cool. Okay. So this is what the Substack looks like, bulls. If you haven't joined already, these are all the articles I've made, some of the stocks that I've recommended. I need to go to dashboard here. This is the one that I'm about to publish. So for all my paid subscribers, y'all are going to get this. The game plan this week, bulls. Game plan is crypto miners, banks, Palantir, LABU, dip trade, a couple other things on there. So good afternoon and happy Sunday, bulls. Where are we at? What's going on? What's the deal, right? Rate hikes. The market is absorbing and swallowing and digesting the rate hikes like a champ. This is better than anyone could have expected, certainly better than I've expected. I'm a big fan of Jay Powell. I like that he's being as aggressive as he is. That's called being hawkish. He's being hawkish with his monetary policy. And I think it's a great thing that the market's taking it. I did not expect that. The most recent talks actually were that the Fed they raised 25 basis points this month, that they may even raise 50 in the next. So that's 0.5%. That will send mortgage rates a bit higher. That will send the market a little bit more of a flight to quality. That will send commodity prices higher because in inflationary periods, one barrel of oil or bushel of corn or pound of pork belly or whatever the other, cubic foot of natural gas or however they manage do all that shit will cost more in dollars because dollars are worth less. Does that make sense? All right, cool. So stick with me here. But before I do that, let me quickly lambast traditional asset management. Y'all know my history. I was in this. I quit this traditional asset management to start this so that I could shit on companies like Fidelity. Used to work for them. Vanguard used to compete with them. Schwab offered me jobs all the time. Goldman and some of the others. You should not have your money or your client's money or anyone's money in high grade, investment grade government bonds right now. I've been screaming this from the mountaintop for over a year. U.S. government bonds just suffered their worst quarter in the past 50 years. Call your advisor right now. Tell him you want your money back. Tell him he's a criminal. And he knows he's a criminal if he knows anything, which they usually don't. So fuck those guys. Let's keep it going. What's in the news? Where are we at? The yield curve is inverting. I can get to that later. I'll probably make a video on the inverted yield curve. I don't think it will last long. If it does last long, we're kind of in trouble. We're more than in trouble. We also got some stuff about the Grammys over here. We also have the Ukraine over here. We also have some financial literacy stuff. We have a lot more about the war going on in Ukraine and Russia. But it kind of, to me, the only real thing here is we've got Amazon unionizing, the stronger job market than than expected. These are good things, but there's not a lot of market news on the Wall Street Journal or on Market Watch. They're talking about freaking Will Smith slapping somebody on the cover of Market Watch. That means that the market's getting a little bit complacent. I'm actually kind of bullish on this. Usually I want a lot of data, but the data that we have is good data, and the data that we don't have is kind of distracted data like the Oscars thing. So not a lot of economic data, but I do see this as a good thing. I love to see the job market in such in light of such high inflation, because it's going to take more people that are employed to buy goods at the normal price that is now inflated due to inflation. Sector heat map. What up, bulls? I'm telling you guys, AMD and NVIDIA and SOXL and MU and Texas Instruments, all of these companies, Intel, these are buys right now. The tech sector is sufficiently, pushed down. These are good dip trades. These are good swing trades. These are decent long-term trades. But I want to get them at bargains, not just at the bottom of the basement. That's why I'm not recommending them yet. If you own them, don't sell them. If you don't own them yet, consider buying them, but put limits below the current price. Tesla up huge. No big surprise there. Amazon, we'll see what happens with them. But the reason I put this heat map on here is look at how much green we have across the board. When the market's falling substantially or growing substantially, there's usually going to be green in certain sectors and not green in other sectors. And because it's scattered here, I think that means that the market's taking a bit of a breather and about to go for another upward push. So sector summary, this is interesting. 1 day performance, real estate was the highest, financials are the lowest, industrials are the lowest. They're both the lowest. Energy was right in the middle, right? So 1 day, no big deal. 1 week, real estate the highest, utilities, energies, and financials took a pretty good drop. All right, let's look at 1 month. The consumer discretionary is at the highest. That's very surprising to me. Energy and consumer staples and industrials at the lowest, but in the 1 month, look at what happened. Everything came back, right? We had I think it was a 10% raise in the S&P in the last month after the sell off the previous month. So I think this is us turning directions and continuing to push forward for the rest of this year, or at least for the rest of the next quarter. And then if you look at the 3 months, energy is at the highest, healthcare and utilities are the only thing positive, and financials and consumer discretionary is at the bottom. Now, why do I like financials so much? Why do I keep talking about it? Well, because they're at the bottom. What are we doing investing? We buy low and we sell high, right? If you look at the last 6 months, communication services and financials were at the very lowest. And if we look at the last 1 year, I just think that kind of what I'm showing you here is energy is still a great buy. I love energy. Y'all know that. I'm the energy Sherpa. I always talk about it. I don't invest in financials. I don't love consumer communication services, but financials in high interest rate environments mean that the banks have a leveraged effect on the returns that they have, given the fact that the amount that they're loaning out does not go up by the same amount that their profits do. This is leverage, live, laugh, leverage, right? So we're going to live, laugh, leverage with the financials, particularly going this week. And this is why, again, this is why I'm so bullish on financials moving forward, running up. FAS is the 3 times sector trade this week. I believe it'll hit 140. It's at 116, guys. So real simple. Sherpa, what's your trade of the week? Trade of the week is FAS. And go ahead and buy it. If you buy it now, don't sell it until it hits 140. Sherpa, what are the cryptos doing? Cryptos are quietly going up as I told you they would. Back when they were at Bitcoin was at 31 and a half, 39 and a half, that is, and Ethereum was at 28. Now we're looking at, I don't know, 25% gains in Ethereum and about 15% gains in Bitcoin since I told you to 1 month ago. Subscribe to the Substack. This is the shit you get. Sherpa, what else do you like this week? You told me FAS. I also like Mara, MARA. This is going to be for my professional swing traders. This is going to be for my dip traders. This is going to be for my scalpers. Just buy it at a good price. Always buy around 9:45 Central Time, 10:45 Eastern Time. And look at that chart on Mara. So, excuse me. This chart on Mara, last time we were up in the 80s was when Bitcoin hit $60. $60,000, that is, and now Bitcoin is at $46,000 and we're at 40. So what I'm telling you that I see here is this shorter term moving average turning towards the longer term moving average. If you don't know about that, I got a video about that, but it's on my Substack. Go buy it. Marathon, like I told you, we'll go ahead and just take a middle screenshot of this at 28.50. Next week when I make this and it's at 30 something, you'll thank me. Now's a good time to tell y'all some of my successes, guys. My number one stock of the year this year, I've been screaming it from the beginning. You can go find it on YouTube. I told you LAC, Lithium Americas Corporations, has made friends, families, neighbors, and strangers, and most importantly, my bulls, my paid bulls, 53% this year. Go buy a portfolio. Go buy the Substack. I don't need to rub it in. This thing's going to hit 50 this year. I was telling you to buy it when it was at 20. I was telling you to buy all of it when it was at 15, and now we're at 38. So this is the advantage that I give you. Also, swing away on Palantir. Any of my Palantir bulls out there at $13. When we look at this chart, we know exactly what's happening. Again, that shorter term moving average is turning. And then I also just like the sector, given the fact that the biotechs have been beaten up. And then finally, scalpers, I really do like LABU. Week or so hold. I know we've gotten crushed in LABU many times. I feel like this is one of those ones that was trading just completely just with on emotion only, and with the lack of any intelligence behind it. I think that intelligence is based out. Biotech is a great sector to be in right now. And LabU is the 3 times on the biotech. So when you look at this chart, I just think that we're going to be back at least in the 25s or 30s, if not higher. And when we see the RSI down here bouncing around at 50, it's really just telling us that liquidity is stable, the price isn't moving, and that should mean long-term bullish or midterm bullish, but this would just be a scalp. So like on Monday, if I have nothing to buy, I'm going to buy LabU. I still am going to buy some more FAS, and I hope to hell it's down on Monday because it will be up on Tuesday. And then remember, just a quick teach back Sherpa, FAS, That's my favorite trade. Second favorite trade, Mara. Love that one too. I feel like I'm both roughly the same. LAC is the best stock in the market right now, and everybody should be buying that for a long-term hold if they don't. Then we have Palantir and LabU. Why don't you guys get after it? AFG, LFG, LGR, get rich. Go buy the Substack. Quit making excuses for yourself. Be a limitless trader. Stop fooling around.